First time in history of Kenya, a senior government officer has hit out at the country's premier intelligence gathering organization, the move parting the curtains on the inner workings of government, specifically the role of the National Intelligence Service in advising and providing the president with vital information in managing issues of national security, a role Deputy President feels NIS leadership has failed at. Deputy President Gachagua's acidic comments on the conduct of the NIS Director General comes in the wake of fierce anti-government sentiment that escalated from what was initially anti-finance bill protests that turned deadly on Tuesday.
In his characteristic bare-knuckle delivery, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua went for the jugular of the National Intelligence Services, sniping at its Director General Noordin Haji, whom he accuses of failing in his duty to thoroughly and in a timely manner brief President William Ruto on the extent of the anti-finance bill and anti-government sentiment that led to the protest that turned deadly. Gachagua adding the lives lost in the protest could have been averted should the NIS boss have been diligent.
We have a dysfunctional National Intelligence Service that has exposed the president, the government, and the people of Kenya. Had the National Intelligence Service briefed the president 2 months ago about how the people of Kenya feel about the Finance Bill 2024, so many Kenyans would not have died.
In the late Wednesday evening address by the president's principal assistant, Gachagua's scathing attack on the NIS chief demanded that Haji take responsibility for the mayhem witnessed across the country and, crucially, for him to resign.
Had Noordin Haji done his job, we would not be where we are today. He has no capacity. He is out of the country most of the time on business trips. The country is on its own.
Gachagua raised questions to the effectiveness of the country's intelligence services in carrying out their roles in advising and providing the commander-in-chief with necessary information to manage national security issues on time before the matters snowball into a disaster.
My boss, President William Ruto, is exposed. That he has to back down and admit that he has hurt the people of Kenya. Yet this matter has been in public domain for the last 2 months.
Tuesday, the country witnessed protests in various parts of the country. Protests that later turned deadly and destructive.
President William Ruto deserves better. He deserves a Director General who knows what he's doing. He deserves a National Intelligence Service that is effective and that can analyze situations and keep him and the government informed on what is going on.
The Deputy President further called for the reinstatement of 3 directors and 13 assistant directors to the National Intelligence Services who have been removed from the office by the NIS chief. William, TV 47.